Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at episode 6 of WandaVision. I am, of course, joined by my gorgeous co-hosts, Jordan Green and Jacob Tiberius Preece.
Hi.
Hello.
Man, so a lot of Quicksilver this episode. Probably more Quicksilver than we got in all of Age of Ultron. But of course, is it really Quicksilver? Is it really Pietro? I think that's the biggest question going on at the moment after this episode.
Quicksilver. A lot of interesting things happening with Quicksilver. I mean, we had obviously within the first part of Vision, we saw his real face. You know, we had something similar with Quicksilver as well this episode, I feel like.
Yeah, but interestingly, it wasn't Aaron Taylor-Johnson. It was Evan Peters again, and he has the bullet wounds on him, and he looks dead. But, you know, that's weird. You know?
It's very odd, yeah.
I think the way I'm leaning after this episode is that Quicksilver is Mephisto. I hate to be like, you know, this character's Mephisto, this character's Mephisto, but he says a lot of things that revolve around the world, hell and demons and fire and things like that.
He also seems to be one of the few people who, if they are under Wanda's control or whatever, I don't know why I did air quotes, but there we go. He seems to be one of the few people under Wanda's control, if he actually is, that knows what's going on.
There's some stuff in there as well, like the whole way he came to be last episode. Wanda and Vision are fighting, looks like everything's going to come to a head, you know, and then he pops up, and then they get distracted, they move on, they keep up the ruse, you know, for the children, you know. I
mean, in one of the scenes, however, like when they're doing the trick-or-treating scenes, because obviously this is the Halloween episode, like they run off and Quicksilver says, "Alright, you demonic spawn," or something like, or you demon spawn or something like that, and that can be like just a throwaway, like, oh, you know, that's what people call children, I guess, in the 90s. I don't know.
Kids, they're just demons.
But I mean, it also kind of seems just a bit like I feel like he knows a bit too much of what's going on. He knows too much, you know?
Yeah. He said at one point, "Damn it, if Westview, New Jersey isn't charming as hell."
Speaking of Halloween, their costumes looked great.
Yeah, I quite like that. I thought they were quite good.
I was really happy to see comic accurate Quicksilver as well, because I just didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was going to say the costume's a bit more like classic Silver Age or something, like comic costumes or something.
And we're given an in-universe reason for Scarlet Witch's outfit. It's a Sokovian fortune teller, I think, and then Vision is a Mexican wrestler, which is a lot of fun.
Either Tommy or Billy, I don't know which one it was in their comic costume, right?
They were both in their comic costumes, Speed and Wiccan. Wiccan shows up first, and I don't know their like real names, but Speed's the one who didn't want to dress up until Uncle Peter made him. But we see both their powers happen in this episode as well, which is massive for the MCU. You see them in their outfits with their powers, and of course they eventually become Young Avengers alongside Kate Bishop and other characters, and she'll be appearing in the Hawkeye series. So,
but Monica Rambeau, more to do with her blood tests and results again. Her blood cells are currently mutating a lot, so powers on the way, hey?
Okay, so a fun little thing I noticed is the Cinema the Coronet, which we see a couple different times in the episode. There's two movies showing there, The Incredibles and The Parent Trap, which kind of set us in like the late 90s, early 2000s, which makes sense for the whole Malcolm in the Middle influence of the episode. But Incredibles is about a superhero family who retire to the suburbs, which is what WandaVision is, and The Parent Trap is about twins reunite.
I thought they were just generic 2000s films, to be honest.
So one thing I noticed, and I'm sure other people have talked about this before online, I didn't even realize it before this episode. In the end credits, there's a little bit where you can see a bunch of butterflies as like one of the like images, and they're like held up on strings and stuff. And in episode 3, we actually get to see butterflies like appear in the nursery room when the kids are coming. And in House of M, there is a character introduced who goes by the superhero name Butterfly. And they're like very important for how that story's wrapped up. And I don't think that's the route they're going in WandaVision, but that character is, of course, intrinsically tied to House of M and therefore WandaVision. And then in this episode, the Halloween episode, actually, there's a one little bit where you see a girl walking in the background dressed in a butterfly outfit. So, don't get me wrong, I think it's just like little Easter eggs, but it could be that they're like doing these as like a way to set up that character for the future, because, you know, Marvel love to have as many people, as many characters as they can in the universe to pull from. So this would be a nice easy way to set up that character like in the background to then do stuff with later.
I mean, I do think it might just be a subtle nod though, but I mean, you could 100% be right. I mean, they seem like they're setting up a lot of shit in WandaVision, so
yeah, well, we're getting like a Captain Marvel setup for Rambeau's version. We're getting, I'm still convinced this aerospace engineer is someone from Fantastic Four or the MCU in general, you know.
We did think, just before recording the episode, it could be Victor Von Doom as well.
Yeah, or Reed Richards, you know, someone from Fantastic I'm feeling.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling Victor Von Doom just simply because he's a bit more tied into the House of M in the comics. And also I feel like Victor Von Doom also organises and does a lot of the stuff for Fantastic Four, if my memory serves correctly. I could be wrong on that, but
yeah, having him in WandaVision would be like a great way to set up the Fantastic Four without having to actually cast those actors yet, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that would have leaked.
Yeah, I think it might. I'm feeling Victor Von Doom, even if it's just right at the end episode, end of the credits. He fucking turns up and just like, well, I'm a bit late, sorry guys. I'm feeling Victor Von Doom somewhere.
I still think that Bryan Cranston could be a great casting for Doctor Doom. I think he could also do like a great like Magneto or a ton of other characters. He's just an amazing actor who people have wanted in the MCU for a very long time.
I feel like the time to put him in it would be in the Malcolm in the Middle era though, because he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, technically, if he is the aerospace engineer, though, his character would be referenced in the Malcolm in the Middle episode, so...
If he's Victor Von Doom, mate.
So, at the end of the episode, Wanda expands the Hex, and it takes in a bunch of the Sword agents and the Sword places, and they become, like, a carnival. Darcy goes in as well. We didn't get to see what she looked like, though, so that'll be interesting to find out next episode. We didn't get to see like Rambeau or Wu or Hayward go in either, so they might be out of the Hex, they might be in it. So my like theory for the advert is that it is, because all of them so far have been like traumatic experiences from Wanda's past. I think this one is referencing Wanda killing Vision at the end of Infinity War, because the yogurt is called Yo Magic, so Wanda's magic, and like he's given it to a kid. And the kid's trying to get the lid off. He's trying to remove the lid, just like they tried to remove the stone at the end of that film. And he can't, it doesn't work, and therefore he dies. And he also goes from like a colourful person into like grey, into like a grey skeleton. Like Vision goes to grey at the end. Also, looking at the actual advert here, they have like packaging for it, and the shark is silver, and he's holding a purple surfboard. Thanos, maybe? And then they have like these strawberries here that are red strawberries, of course, with a green top. Vision is red and green. And then the little seeds in them are represented by like yellow shapes that look exactly like the gem that he has.
And we all remember when Thanos had his purple surfboard as well in Endgame, so...
He just gets on the board and he's just like, balanced, as all things should be.
That is so good. I want someone to animate that, please.
Jordan, I will destroy you. I will end your career, Jordan.
Jake, in order to do that, I'd have to have a career to begin with. So.
I'm sounding like such a dickhead after every single episode.
Their only insight on our relationship is that Jake bullies the shit out of it.
Oh no, I'm about to run out of...